Good morning, cadets. We are studying the second lesson, The Tiger King, written by Kalki, very popular Tamil writer. And very interesting first part we have seen. A miracle has taken place. An infant, which was just 10 days old, had uttered a few words. And those words, what he had uttered, were very clear, and they were the ones which objected the astrologer when he had predicted the death of this infant who was going to become warrior of warriors, champion of champions, hero of heroes, but one day is going to die. And this infant said, whoever is going to be born is going to die one day. So there was nothing new. There was nothing surprising. But what is very important is, yes, manner of death. How he is going to die. Now the astrologer explains about the manner of his death, how he is going to die, what is it going to kill him. The chief astrologer placed his finger on his nose in wonder. The astrologer was shocked. He wondered because a baby who was just 10 days old could speak. A baby barely 10 days old opens its lips in speech. It could utter words, enunciate uttered words, and that too with clarity, though in squeaky voice. Not only that, it also raises intelligent questions. Incredible, unbelievable, incredible, unbelievable. He was not able to believe that 10-day-old baby could speak out, rather like the bulletins issued by the War Office than facts. So, usually the bulletins issued by the War Office, they will not be true because they are meant for people in order to believe that they are winning the war. It is not to discourage people. It is not to create terror among the people. But it is to boost the morale of the people. The bulletin which will be issued will not be always factual. So here it just appeared as if it was not true. 10-day-old baby speaking. It was not a fact. So that's why rather like the bulletins issued by the War Office than facts. The chief astrologer took his finger off his nose and fixed his eyes upon the little prince. He was not ready to believe that. And the little baby asked unbelievable questions. He has raised a very intelligent question. The manner of death is very important. Everybody is going to die, but how he is going to die, that is what is very important, and that is what this baby asks. And when this kind of intelligent question is raised, the astrologer is quite surprised, and then he explains. The prince was born in the hour of the bull. The prince was born in the hour of the bull. The bull and the tiger are enemies. Therefore, death comes from the tiger. Now, here he talks about bull, he talks about tiger. These are very, very important in Chinese calendar. And bull and tiger, they are not compatible. They are enemies. They don't get along. And therefore, he says, the prince was born in the hour of the bull. And the bull and the tiger are enemies. Therefore, death comes from the tiger. So he will be killed by the tiger. So who is going to be killed by the tiger? The infant who is going to become king. The infant who is going to become the warrior of warriors, champion of champions, hero of heroes. This is the prediction of the astrologer. But the astrologer says he is going to be killed by the tiger. You may think that Crown Prince Zhang Bahadur was thrown into a quake. You might think that he might have been shocked. He must have trembled, quake, shake, or tremble when he heard the word tiger. That was exactly what did not happen, but that did not happen. This Crown Prince Zhang Bahadur did not get scared as soon as he heard it pronounced. The Crown Prince gave a deep growl. Terrifying words emerged from his lips. He was not afraid. He was not frightened. But terrifying words came out of his lips. And what did he utter? Let tigers beware. Let tigers beware of him. This account, this detail, this account here, it refers to this detail or this anecdote or this narration. It's only a rumor rife. Rife is what? It is widespread. So this incident is widespread. We don't know whether it's a rumor, but this is widespread there among the people of Pratibandhupuram. But with hindsight, but in retrospection, when we look back, we may conclude it was based on some truth, and we may come to kind of conclusion that yes, it must have been true. This infant, this baby must have spoken. It must have been a miracle. And the astrologer had predicted what is going to happen to him. And this infant tells the astrologer that there is nothing surprising about death, but the manner of death that he was interested in. The astrologer tells him that he would be killed by the tiger. And then he says, let tigers beware. Let tigers beware. And this anecdote or this incident, it is known there in Pratibandhupuram. So this must be based on some truth, because later the king goes on killing the tigers and later is known as the Tiger King. Well, let's move on to the second part of this story. Crown Prince Zhang Bahadur Crown Prince Zhang Bahadur grew taller and stronger day by day. So with the passage of time, what has happened? He has become stronger, taller. So he has grown up over the period of time. No other miracle marked his childhood days apart from the event already described. So when he was a child, when he was infant, at that time this incident had happened. Afterwards, nothing remarkable has taken place in his life. The boy drank the milk of an English cow. So he's provided English education. Was brought up by an English nanny. So he was taken care by whom? By the British woman, nanny. Tutored, taught in English by an Englishman. An English person has taught him. The teacher was British who taught him English. Saw nothing but English films. So he was brought up very well. Exactly as the crown princess of all the other Indian states did. So he was taught very well. So his education was taken care. He was looked after very well by English nanny. When he came of age at 20, so when he came of age means what? When he had grown up. So what did the royal infant grow up to be? So when he had grown up, and what is the question? What did the royal infant grow up to be? So when he came of age means when he grew up, when he became 20, when his age was 20, when he reached the age of 20, the state which had been with a court of wards. Now what is court of wards? Court of wards was a legal body created by the East India Company. And what was its purpose? Purpose was to protect the heir, protect the successor and their estates. So when the heir was deemed to be a minor, so when he was a minor, the heir, if the king dies, the one who is going to succeed him. So the court of wards was a legal body which was created by the British. So here when the minor was incapable of looking after the kingdom independently, then court of wards, they were the ones who were taking care of the kingdom. Now here it had been with the court of wards until then when he reached the age of 20, it came into his hands. So here all the powers that were rested upon court of wards, now this infant who had become now grown up, who had reached the age of 20, now all the powers came into his hands. Now here, but everyone in the kingdom remembered, but those who were there in the kingdom, they all remembered. What they remembered? They remembered this story. But everyone in the kingdom remembered the astrologer's prediction. So what astrologer had predicted? That one day he would be killed by the tiger. Many continued to discuss the matter. So here the king is going to die one day and he is going to be killed by the tiger. Slowly it came to the Maharaja's ears. So now the Maharaja also came to know, because when he was infant it had happened. So probably he was not aware of all that, what had happened when he was a baby. Now the rumor that had spread everywhere, which was widespread there, he also came to know about that. And there were innumerable forests. There were unaccountable forests. So uncountable forests, there were many forests in the Pratibandhupuram state. In this kingdom, there were many forests. There are tigers in them. The Maharaja knew the old saying, you may kill even a cow in self-defense. When you know that you are going to be killed by the cow, then even cow, which is considered to be very holy, that cow can be killed in self-defense. There could certainly be no objection to killing tigers in self-defense. When you can kill holy cow in self-defense, When he knew that he is going to be killed by the tiger, in that self-defense, he can kill any number of tigers. So there won't be any objection to that. The Maharaja started out on a tiger hunt. So what Maharaja started? He started hunting tigers. He started looking for tigers. The Maharaja was thrilled beyond measure when he killed his first tiger. So when the Maharaja was able to kill the first tiger, he was very, very happy. He was thrilled. It was a thrilling experience for him. He sent for the state astrologer and showed him the dead beast, because who had predicted? The astrologer had predicted. And he showed him this dead wild animal. He showed him dead tiger. What do you say now? He demanded. Your Majesty may kill 99 tigers in exactly the same manner. Say, you have killed one, you may kill 99 tigers. But the astrologer drawled. Now here what has happened, he was not able to speak out. Probably he wanted to avoid that. And therefore he has spoken in a slow, lazy way with prolonged sounds. But see here, Your Majesty may kill 99 tigers. Now Your Majesty, with lot of respect, earlier the king's way, the king's way given lot of respect, honor, and in order to show honor, they used to use this term, Your Majesty may kill 99 tigers in exactly the same manner. But the astrologer drawled, he stopped there. But what? Speak without fear. But you must be very careful with the 100 tiger. Probably it is the 100 tiger that may kill you. What if 100 tiger were also killed? If I kill the 100 tiger, what about that? The king was very confident. He thought that he can very easily kill even the 100 tiger. Then I will tear up all my books on astrology, set fire to them. So he is not ready to accept. He says that whatever is given there in this book on astrology, that's true. You are going to be killed by the tiger. It may be the 100 tiger that may kill you. And what? That's the question. I shall cut off my tuft. I shall cut off my tuft. I shall cut off my hair. What is that? Tuft, a bunch of hair that are grown there. Usually the Brahmins keep that. A bunch of hair right at the center. So I shall cut off my tuft. Crop my hair short and become an insurance agent. You don't believe me? But that is going to happen. The astrologer finished on an incoherent, now here, in a very, very confusing way, in a very incomprehensible way, unclear way, he has incoherent, unclear, not clear, incomprehensible or confusing way. The astrologer finished. He says, I shall cut off my tuft if that doesn't happen. That means what? He was quite confident that the Maharaja is going to be killed by the tiger. Says, I will become an insurance agent. Insurance agents, they will give the promises. And they believe that such kind of thing will not happen. Death will not occur. Otherwise, if death occurs, if the insurance is of 1 lakh, then insurance company has to pay. So that's why he says, I shall cut off my tuft, crop my hair short, and become an insurance agent. So that whatever that is not true, that is what usually the insurance agents believe. The Maharaja is successful. in killing the tiger, and he's very exuberant, he's very happy, and he shows the carcass of that beast to whom? To the astrologer. And this astrologer, when he sees, then he says, you may be able to kill 99, but you have to be very careful with the 100th tiger. And he was very, very confident that it may be the 100th tiger that may kill him. The king was very confident about his failure and about his future, and he was quite sure that the tiger would not be able to kill him because he was quite brave, he felt. But the astrologer also believed what he wanted to convey, and he said that if that is the case, I'll set fire to the books of astrology. I'll cut off my tuft and crop my hair short and become an insurance agent. So there was a kind of challenge that was thrown by the astrologer, when the challenge was posed by the king himself. Thank you. Goodbye.